Just put it.
Hey everybody, this is Jules Sapasic and welcome to the Fired Up Network. Welcome to breaking news on the Fired Up Network with Angie. As you know, 2026, an Olympic year. Team Canada men's Olympic hockey team was announced. We're gonna get through the team name and everything, or the players' names and everything like that. So let's get to it. Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, and Brendan Point. Also, Brandon Hagel, Nate McKinnon, Sam Reinhart, Malcolm Celebrini, 19 years old, 60 points there. And wow. Nick Suzuki, Mitch Marner, I know that guy. Brad Marchand, he's a good licker. Anthony Sorelli, Mark Stone, Bo Harvat, and Tom Wilson. Those are the forwards. Okay. Those are the forwards. I'll get into it in a couple seconds. Defenseman, Taves, Kyle McCarr, Josh Morrissey, Colton Parenko, Shea Theodore, Drew Doughty at age 80, Travis Steinheim, and Thomas Harley. Uh, all these guys were, great players, and they're going to be a great defense for Team Canada. And for those who are Matthew Schaefer, who was expected to make it, missed out, and the goalies are Jordan Binnington, Logan Thompson, Darcy Kemper. Of course, this all is happening at the Olympics. They start February the 6th to February 24th. What do you think of Team Canada? We have a lot of Malcolm Celebrini, Nick Suzuki did not make, the Four Nations tournament there. Everybody else, Bo Harvat also did not make the Four Nations tournament. But what do you think of the team overall, Ange?
I think the team overall sounds like a strong one. There's a few players in there, as you mentioned, some names that sound, really familiar. I did actually look at the goaltender. He's actually from Richmond Hill, Ontario, so that's exciting. Also, former Stanley Cup champion.
And you know who was his coach? Craig Berube.
There you go. There you go. So, again, lots of big names in there, names that we're familiar with. And I think I'm just excited to see what happens and how Team Canada plays.
Yeah, and USA also going to announce their team, a full team. But what just looking at this, what imagine if you make a line of Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, and Nate McKinnon about that line, or Suzuki, Malcolm Celebrini, and Mitch Marner. That potentially could be a third line there. So nobody, Team Canada could make two teams, and they'll be very professional and everything like that. So again, Team Canada announcing their Olympic roster, and it's we have three or four who did not make the or did not play in the uh, four tournament, Four Nations roster. Of course, Connor Bedard was mentioned, but he did not make it there also. And let's you can't argue with any of these guys. Like the Sam Bennett did not make it. Thomas Konechny did not make it. Seth Jarvis, who by the way is injured, did not make it. So a little bit of changes there, and the defense is almost the only defenseman with Olympic experience is Drew Doughty. I mentioned he's like 40 years old, but kudos to him for making the team there also. Of course, if you're a Maple Leaf fan, Austin Matthews is going to be on Team USA with the Kachuk brothers and all that. And if you look at the World Juniors, you see Canada, you see America there. It's hockey in the Olympics is going to be fantastic. What do you see, Anne?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I think, like you said, some of those lines are very strong, which talks about the team as a whole. It's a very, very strong team. And I think Canada did a really good job this year of, picking those guys that are going to go for the gold. I mean, reminder, we have not had an Olympic gold medal since 2014. So, it's definitely been quite some time. I do want to also note, though, that the the opening game against Czechia might be a little tough, but I think it's a good way to, break the ice, no pun intended, and see how they're going to play out for the rest of the tournament, because we also have to play Switzerland and France.
So the other thing is, with everybody there, and mostly they're all captains, who would you name as the captain of Team Canada? Would Sidney Crosby was at the Four Nations? Would it be Sidney Crosby? Would it be McDavid? Would it be McKinnon? Who would you pick as the captain?
I'm going to say Sidney Crosby, only because, they do have previous, he has a previous Olympic gold medal. So maybe, or maybe even Drew Doughty, maybe.
Yeah, Drew Doughty's a good pick, but you got to go with one of those three. Connor. If they want to pass the buck, put it to Connor McDavid as the new. He's amazing, right? But the interesting thing is Malcolm Celebrini, 19 years old. We talk about the future. 19 years old, and this guy's just getting better and better and
He's
better.
also, it's very important to note, yes, he's only 19, which is like one of the youngest ever to be named to a Canadian Olympic hockey team. So kudos to him. I'm sure his whole family is, and friends are all rooting for him hard, but even just to be called up to the team is a huge, 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 huge win already.
And that's a great point by you, because guy's 19 years old. He still could be eligible to play at the World Juniors. And now he's talking about playing in the Olympics. Just a side note for you Maple Leaf fans just coming down the pike here. Brandon Tanev is expected to miss significant time. I hear 4 to 6 weeks with a groin injury. Of course, the Maple Leafs coming off not playing with Matthews or Nylander last night. So that's, again, they need wins, and they're, I would say arguably the best defenseman is going to miss time. And who knows about Nylander and Matthews? He has a lower body injury there also. But Team Canada's Olympic team, simply the best there is, what you could ever pick, and they could pick another. Yeah, I'll do a close-up of that.
Yeah, let's go Team Canada.
Team Canada there and all that. Okay, so Ange, tell everybody how they could get a hold of you and how they could see us on Roku.
Yeah, for sure. So you can find us at Fired Up, all one word, Fired Up Network, on all social channels, also streaming on all Roku platforms and devices, with more to come in 2026.
All right, and Happy New Year, everybody. And let's go, Canada. Capture that gold, because I only deal with gold rings, gold watches, and gold medals. Don't you, Ange?
That's right.
And
the gold Sonic rings, too.
And you like gold drinks also.
That's right.
There you go. All right. Thanks a lot,
for being awarded to Team Canada. So let's see it, guys. Let's see it.
Happy New Year, everybody, and stay tuned for more great programming here on the Fired Up Network. Thanks a lot.